At the beginning of World War II, a highly secret meeting occurred between deputy directors of intelligence. Representing Nazi Germany, Colonel Wilhelm Schmelzer. The USSR, Colonel Vladimir Lesensakov. France, Henri Girard. And the United States, John Tex Auten. Hosting the meeting was Lord Percival Landish of Great Britain's MI6.
Gentlemen, please. I give you my word as a professional that this room has no listening devices.
What in hell are we doing here, Landish?
I shall begin by quoting a very old saying. Intelligence is the second oldest profession without the scruples of the oldest. As intelligence professionals, we know that today's allies can become tomorrow's adversaries. This often leaves the individual operative suddenly an exposed and vulnerable target. I believe the time has come to protect ourselves and our profession from these political contingencies.
How?
Quite simply. I am proposing safety zones for all operatives, male and female. Places of asylum where they can go and be safe during wars and all operations between wars. Once inside these neutral, safe houses, the agent is home free.
And once back outside?
They are fair game. It's that simple.
What if somebody kills inside one of those safe houses?
They would be instantly terminated, a target for all intelligence agencies, hunted until dead.
I like that.
What would we call these places? Sanctuaries?
Please, no. That sounds like a cathedral.
A similar sanctuary was established in the Middle Ages by the monk Abelard, under the sign of the rose, the symbol of silence. It was honored by his enemies in both the church and state. Why not call it the Abelard Sanction?
Deer are out of season.
In the spring, but game out of season.
Always tastes best At 10:35 tonight.
Why did you stalk me?
It was a challenge. They said once you were in the woods, I'd never find you.
You didn't. I found you.
Answering service.
Romulus.
48 Cody Road, Denver, 9 a.m., Tuesday.
Thank you.
Elliot?
So, shalom.
Shalom. Why are we meeting here?
There's a safer place?
You're not Jewish.
No, but you are. I'm sorry for the short notice, Saul, but I need you badly. This one's very quick and very dirty.
How quick?
There's a team waiting for you now.
How dirty?
You take out 5 men all at once. That's the address. Do I need to give you the cliche that this is vital to national security?
Not necessary.
It truly is vital that you succeed.
Elliot, I don't deserve it. You know my last 2 assignments went sour. First, a delivery man showed up out of nowhere. On the next job, I barely got away.
A lesser operative wouldn't have gotten away at all.
I don't know, Elliot. I don't think I'm good enough anymore. 2 assignments go bad back to back. That's burnout.
Burnout? Oh. I've known you and Chris since you were 6. I know you. You can't burn out. You're like me. Your work is your life. How can you burn out on life? You're not to blame, Saul. I read those reports.
You're making allowances.
Because of our relationship? Not true. I've never let that sway me. You know, sometimes failure can have a beneficial effect. It makes us try that much harder. I need the very best on this, Saul. That's why I'm asking you.
You are shameless. Whenever you need something special from me, you hand me a Baby Ruth. The first time Chris and I ever saw you at the orphanage, you handed us Baby Ruth.
You two were tough to crack. It took a gross of Baby Ruths and months to reach you. The Jewish kid and the Irish kid, both orphans, bonded together like brothers against the world. I've loved and trained you and Chris for 30 years as your boss and as your surrogate father. And it paid off. You two became the best. The best. It's quite a legacy, Saul, and I'm damn proud of it.
Have you heard from Chris?
Yes, he's out, finally. He's asked me to put him back on operative status. Frankly, I'm curious to see if an operative who spent 6 years in a Trappist monastery can still function. So we've assigned him to Bangkok to terminate Malinov.
Malinov? You sure he's ready to take on the KGB?
He's like you, Saul. You won't disappoint the only father you've ever known, will you?
No, sir.
What's new with your damn roses?
I'm proud to say that I've developed a unique variety, the blue rose. Took me 15 years. Might earn me a minor footnote in some obscure history of horticulture.
The perfect place for you. I won't let you down, Ellie.
I know you won't. You'll meet the infiltration team in Virginia. They know it's your show.
Checkpoint 9. Bird number 4 just drove in. All birds in the nest but one.
When to go, guys? Stay alert.
Will somebody please tell me when you planted the charges in the house? We've been watching all week.
2 nights ago, before they beefed up security.
You're kidding. We didn't even see you two.
That doesn't exactly build my confidence in your surveillance team.
We put the charges in the air conditioning duct. It'll be quite a blow.
If I wanted everybody to know, Mario, I'd have taken them in with us.
They warned me you were a hard case.
When we disperse, I gotta go to Cleveland. Cleveland! Anybody want to swap cities?
Not me, I drew Chicago.
Cheer up, Tony. Cleveland's got a hot museum and a bitchin' symphony.
My kind of town.
Checkpoint 9. Last bird's limo is approaching.
That's the last one. Okay, Tony, disperse your surveillance team.
This is Apple. All teams away. Repeat, all teams away. See ya.
Tony, Cleveland Museum's on E Boulevard at University Circle.
Gee, maybe I'll get an earlier flight.
Okay, blow it.
No, you take off.
You wanna watch the fireworks? Yeah, you're a real hard case.
Of 5 industrial executives. Among them was Randolph Sage, personal friend and energy advisor to the president. Sage was the founder of the Partigan Foundation, an organization of key industrialists dedicated to a new approach to the nation's energy crisis. The FBI has not ruled out the possibility that the explosion was the work of extremists. A number of theories have emerged, none of which have been substantiated.
This doesn't make sense. So when do we terminate our own industrialists who are working for the president? And Elliot says never violate the rules. He gives me this assignment that breaks them all. First rule, no publicity. But Elliot has me blow the place, so there's bound to be television coverage. Second rule, after a hit, go far, hide deep. Elliot orders me to go to Atlantic City and play the casino. It's like hiding in a goldfish bowl. Why is Mario, who's supposed to be in Chicago, here at my hotel? Why is he pretending not to see me?
Yeah, they said to me. Housekeeping. Want to tell me why you're not in Chicago?
Chicago? I thought I was supposed to... Oh, man, don't tell me I'm in the wrong city.
Must be a screw-up, huh?
Must be.
Station 24.
It's Romulus. I want to clean up. It's a plumbing job. Suite 38, El Dorado Hotel.
Good morning, Mr. President. The deputy directors and section chiefs are here, and the scramblers are activated. May I put you on speakers?
Good morning, Mr. Forbes. Gentlemen, I'll be brief. I asked the director to set this meeting to handle a very special problem. The murder of Randolph Sage and his associates at Partigan. Aside from the tremendous political pressure I'm getting, Randolph Sage was a close personal friend. Bluntly, I want the ones who did it, and I want them now.
The KGB called us immediately and denied any involvement.
Well, of course they deny it.
Quite frankly, I believe them, Mr. President. The Partigan Foundation was simply an association of top executives looking at a new approach to our energy problems. Such an outrageous frontal attack isn't KGB.
Well, who else if not the Russians?
With respect, sir, the administration's consideration of possibly shifting away from Israel toward the Arabs is making a lot of waves. There are many other candidates out there besides the Russians.
Damn it, that's only a possible policy consideration, nothing more. I want to know who did this atrocity. Gaddafi? Castro?
We did, Mr. President.
That you, Elliot?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, we now believe that one of our men, acting on his own, made the Partigan hit. Naturally, it was not authorized. His code name is Romulus. Obviously, he is a traitor, or turned rogue, as we say. Romulus has messed up his past 2 assignments, and he disappeared just before the Partigan hit. He resurfaced 2 days ago in Atlantic City. By retracking, we can place him in the area of the Partigan explosion.
Good Lord, one of our own agents. You know who turned him?
Possibly. He has expensive tastes. He's been gambling heavily at the casino, suggesting a recent payoff. Also, he's Jewish. And Israeli intelligence, the Mossad, helped us train him. My analysis is that the Israelis paid Romulus to turn.
That makes sense, and it's smart. Turning one of our people to destroy Partigan for them. If you catch him, I presume you have a procedure for dealing with rogue agents?
It's already been taken care of, Mr. President.
Forbes, I want to put pressure on Israel. So give me anything you get that ties Israel to this mess. You understand?
Yes, sir, I certainly do. Goodbye, sir. If we don't get Romulus, we are facing a congressional investigation. Or worse. Elliot, I know you're used to running things your way, but this directly involves the president, and I insist you clear it up.
Sir, gentlemen, excuse me.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Romulus has escaped the hit team.
Are you saying you knew enough to dispatch a termination team before this meeting and you didn't tell me?
It was an operation decision. Hardly worth bothering you about, sir.
Romulus got 2 of them when they tried to make the hit. He even called our cleanup team to take care of the bodies.
Damn it, he's got gall.
And imagination. It's going to take our best to get him, sir. Our very best. For 30 years I trained him. 30 years, Graham. Taught him everything. When Saul and Chris were only 8 years old, do you know what they learned? The book code. The book code, by heaven. We used to hide messages all around the orphanage. And tree stumps, shoe boxes, and comic books, everywhere. We still use it as a private code. And today, Saul took out a hit team that was waiting for him. And he thought he was burnt out. Remarkable.
I hope you don't mind my asking, but how do you feel about doing this?
In making decisions like this, Graham, it's best that a soldier not feel.
Yes.
Elliot.
Romulus.
I am so pleased and relieved to hear from you. But wait, use the color code. My damn phone was tapped from both sides.
Black flag.
Who do you think it was?
The Lions. Their offense is unmistakable.
Are you within sector?
Yes.
Would you like me to bring you in?
Yes, I'd like that very much.
I have a safe place for you to stay and rest while I'm arranging to bring you in. Are you up in your reading?
Yes.
22, 35, 32, 76, 43, 12, 10, 26.
Thank you. I knew I could count on you.
That's what fathers are for, Romulus. I'm proud of you. I'm truly proud. His cover's been blown. He thinks the Mossad are after him.
$22.35. Line 3, 2, 3, word 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maine. 76.43. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 5th. Maine 5th. 43.12. May 10/26. Fair. Mayfair. is this?
He escaped. Now there's a son to be proud of. He probably knows that I set him up. Now I have to find him.
How?
By thinking like him. I'll anticipate his moves and I'll find him.
What happens if you don't?
That is unthinkable. Now, where would he go?
Armor piercing. That's how they penetrated the vest. My God, it's a homemade Mossad silencer. Wonderful. Israel's after me.
You take these little rings. You take these little rings. Then you take these little rings and...
Washers. They're called washers.
Okay, they're called washers. You take one piece of plastic tubing, a dozen washers, and you've got a Mossad homemade silencer.
It's damn clever, you operatives.
Us operatives.
We operatives. Captain, why don't we forget all this? Just go back to your apartment.
I have orders to teach you about Mossad firearms.
It's working. My arms are on fire.
Ooh, corny. Cute. Back to work. The basic Mossad small arms. Beretta 22 caliber with low velocity, special load cartridges, and homemade silencer. Try it.
There are other things I'd like to try, Captain.
Commence firing, Lieutenant.
Abelard? Father Jennings?
I'm Father Jennings. Your cryptolite?
Remus.
Remus is cleared.
Please, sit down. How may we help you? I assure you that there is nothing that goes on here that Kai doesn't know, short of a church confessional. Please, feel free to speak. This isn't your first visit.
No, I was here in the late 70s. I was pretty banged up. Fractured spine, ruptured spleen.
Ah, yes. An adventure in Cambodia. My compliments. I'm glad to see you under better conditions.
Yanan, I must...
Chris Kulmuni, Joseph Malinov. Have you met?
Briefly.
We must speak. Another time.
Father, I need a dentist for some very special work.
What kind of work?
Someone who'll extract teeth and be quiet about it. No records, no x-rays.
But your own organization has excellent dentists.
This is a special case. Sometimes we must go to other sources. I came to you because of your many contacts.
Let's be frank. To remove teeth and leave no record can only mean you wish to keep a body from being identified. I'll inquire.
But discreetly, of course.
You'll want sanctuary here tonight?
Yes.
Then, as you know, the rules require that I tell you of our other guests. You've already met Major Malinov. We also have in sanctuary a Chinese operative called Snow Leopard.
Snow Leopard. The infamous Colonel Chan. Thank you, Father. Pax Vobiscum.
We must be especially careful for our guests.
The snow leopard still moves like the fog on little cat feet.
You delight me by quoting Carl Sandburg. Is it really you, Irishman?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Old friend.
I do see a change. Perhaps the result of your monastery retreat.
You knew about that?
I saved your life, remember? Therefore, I'm responsible for you. I kept track of you as a moral obligation. And when I heard that you joined the Trappist, I prayed to the great Buddha that you would find inner peace.
That was kind.
Have you fully recovered?
Completely. When you dragged me here from Cambodia, I was almost dead. When I became conscious, you were gone. I didn't get to thank you.
You are a hardy stock, Irishman. But listen, my friend. You must leave tonight.
Leave? Why?
Shh. Joseph Malinov of the KGB is in sanctuary here.
He's here because I failed to kill him. Too many years in the monastery.
No. Everyone is after him. The KGB is allowing him to undermine this entire area with an incredible tonnage of opium. I will kill him tonight.
In the safe house? You're gonna violate the Abelard sanction? You're gonna have every network after you. Besides, even if you kill him, the KGB will merely replace him with someone else.
No. His death will cripple the drug operation for years to come. There is no other way. I'm prepared to pay the price.
My friend, I beg you not to break the sanction. You see, I also feel responsible for you.
This is worth dying for. Comrade, may I have a word with you?
There's a negative on Romulus from all teams so far. We did a saturation with his file photo. Planes, buses, rental cars, negative.
He'll go to ground. You keep your travel people working.
Elliot, you are not going to believe this. One of our agents, Cryptonym Remus, has just violated the Abelard sanction in Bangkok.
Remus? How?
He killed a KGB man named Malinov, a Chinese named Chan, and the host of the sanctuary. 40-some-odd years of no sanction violation, and one of our agents does it.
I don't believe it.
I checked the computer on Remus. You're his control, Elliot. First, Romulus turns renegade and destroys Partigan, and now another of your operatives violates the Abelard sanction. What in everlasting hell is going on?
I don't know.
Elliot, this is a real mess. Now I am under pressure from the Arabs, the Israelis, from the president. The KGB has put out a universal contract on Remus for sanction violation. All networks to terminate Remus on sight, end quote. They've even asked for my personal assurance that we would cooperate. It's damn embarrassing.
We'll join them, no question.
Elliot, we must be the ones to deal with Remus to show good faith.
I trained him, I'll find him.
One-way ticket to Mexico City via Singapore, Mr. Thornhill.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
We're setting up an interface network with airlines in the Orient. Anything that flies for the past 16 hours I've got, including Pelicans. And on Ed's screen are all of Remus's cover names, aliases, and fake passports that we know about.
Do you have interface yet?
Any of Remus's aliases that appear on her passenger manifest will automatically lock in.
Any word yet from Kovshuk in Moscow?
He's not there. Kovshuk flew straight to Bangkok after the violation.
Yeah, so would I. Keep on it. I need to talk to Kovshuk. He can fit in all the pieces about what happened in Bangkok, if he'll tell me.
Bingo! United Airlines 221 to Singapore, R. Thornhill, Remus Roger Thornhill, U.S. passport number 032750281.
The first try. We must be doing something right. I'll alert a team to be waiting in Singapore.
Yes, by all means. But one moment, Graham. You'll need to make a list.
A list?
Oh, here's another one. Alec Mann to Havana. And Harry Lime to Vienna, Austria.
They keep coming. New Delhi, London.
He's laying a fake paper trail. To be safe, you'll have to have teams meet all those flights.
Right.
Keep me informed, Elliot. Please.
Remus is not going to be on any one of them, is he?
I wouldn't be. I think he'll do something more imaginative.
You're still thinking ahead of him.
So far. But I also train Saul. Why did I lose him?
You like a fat fist in your face.
Last time we tangled was over a girl. Cost you a week in the main hospital.
Chris Kilmooney.
How's it going, Major?
Damn. Where you been, boy? Never mind, I don't want to know. What's shaking?
I got some heat on me. Cambodia.
Don't you ever learn?
I need a ride, Major. Bad.
How soon?
If I left an hour ago, I could still make it.
Express back and forth all the time. Military transport.
Can you fix it?
Canal's done okay? I'm leaving tomorrow night.
Beautiful.
Besides, I think I owe you. I was gonna marry that cow before you put me in the hospital. She disappeared.
What are friends for?
Elliot. Kovshuk on the line, calling from Bangkok.
Please. Ilya Kovshuk, это Elliot. He will never let me speak Russian with him. His English is better than mine. Very well, Ilya. English. He asked about the Abelard mess. Perhaps we could share information that would help us find Remus. You wanted a dentist? No, I have no idea why. We want to get him as badly as you. I agree. I agree. This violation is a gross embarrassment. We'll keep in touch. You've got to find him before the other networks do.
Well, it's definitely our kill.
We aren't going to kill him, Graham. After all, Remus is the one person who can lead us to Romulus.
Señor Bartholomew? El doctor verá usted ahora.
Gracias.
Senor, are you sure you want to go through with this? You've had a day to think about it.
Yes. Take out all my teeth.
Well, no x-rays, no records, huh?
What are you using as anesthetic?
Atropine and hydroxyzine. Please count backwards.
99, 98, 97, 96. This isn't atropine. You...
Will he be all right?
Oh, yes. I just want to talk to him. I suggest you two go to a bar and think about ways to spend the money. Would you wait outside, please? Do you know who I am? Please, say my name.
Elliot.
Elliot, right. Who took you in when nobody wanted you. Remember the orphanage?
Yes.
I am as a father to you. The only father you ever had. And I love you as a son.
Father. Son.
Will you help me? Because you love me as a father?
Oh, yes.
We must find Saul, your brother. Have you heard from Saul?
Saul? No.
Saul is in great danger. We must find him. Will you help me?
Yes. Find Saul? Yes.
Good. Now, I must know, why did you want a dentist to remove all your teeth?
So, my body could not be identified when?
When?
When I killed myself.
Why?
Didn't I tell you everything under the sodium amytal?
Yes, but I don't understand. Why would you want to kill yourself? You completed your mission. You killed Melanoff even though you had to violate the Abelard sanction.
I didn't kill him. I couldn't. Chan did. I'm sick of everything. The discipline, all you taught me finally failed. I could no longer shut out the faces of those I'd killed. I was exhausted with the shame of what I did.
We're in a very high-risk profession, Chris. Great physical danger. You just discovered the other kind, the spiritual danger. Some of it comes from being forced to do things that no sane person would consider. Part of it rubs off.
So why do we do it?
We don't make the rules, Chris. The other side does, always has. Partly because we get into the intelligence business very late. It sounds corny, but the simple truth is that we're forced to fight for a way of life in a game where we don't make the rules.
It's so dirty.
Yes, it is a dirty war. Much dirtier than the other kind. If you're ordered to kill a man in the line of duty, you're an assassin. If we formally declare war and you kill him, you're a hero. Now, why did you leave the monastery?
It was a very strict order. We were checked periodically by a psychiatrist for neurotic behavior. God doesn't need fanatics. They found me one day staring at a rock for hours. So I was invited to leave. Church couldn't use me. I trained all my life to serve you, so after wandering a while, I finally came back to you. And I failed. The faces came back.
But isn't suicide a mortal sin?
To me, one way is acceptable. Starvation. It's the ultimate penance. It'd be a purification for all my sins. For all those I've killed. I was going into the jungle to starve. If my remains had been found with no teeth, they couldn't be identified. And I wouldn't bring the shame of my failure on the only two that mattered. You and Saul. How did you find me?
We were with you from the time you set foot on that transport plane.
Pretty good.
Good? It was spectacular. After you left Bangkok, I assumed that you'd go on with your plan to find a dentist who could be bought. When you got to Panama City, surveillance did the rest.
So I failed.
Son, you took one hell of a man to try what you did. Would it be too sentimental to say that I'm honored to have trained you? And too proud to let you destroy yourself?
Elliot, I don't want to listen.
Saul is in grave danger.
Saul?
5 days ago, I had him do a job for me. Reasons very complex and the job very dirty. Afterwards, one of his own team tried to get him. I tried to bring him in. Another team was waiting for him. He's on the run. He doesn't trust me. He thinks I betrayed him.
You?
Can you blame him? I was his only contact. Everywhere he went, they were waiting for him.
How could they know?
A mole, deep in the agency. Somehow he's managed to intercept our communications. Used everything I said to get Saul. I've known there's a mole since the 50s, but he's always managed to elude me. Now I think he might be tied with the Israelis because Saul said that the killers used Mossad hand-to-hand style. Chris, I need your help to find Saul.
I don't know where Saul is.
Maybe you do. A message came for you at the facility in Bangkok. The egg is in the basket.
Yeah, it's a distress signal from Saul. It tells me where to find him. There's a safety...
No, don't say any more. Keep it to yourself. I don't want you distrusting me. Besides, someone might be picking us up now with some remote surveillance tinker toy. Chris, even with every network looking for you, I want you to find your brother. His life depends on it.
I'll find him.
My plane is waiting. Where would you like it to take you?
Houston.
I'm supposed to ask for a password.
Rosebud.
Remus just left the bank.
Better landings by Goonie birds.
Oh, that's gratitude. After what I went through to save your butt.
I'm surprised you monks need a parachute. I figured you'd just flap your arms and fly.
Okay, little boy, you don't have to hide now. Your big brother's here to scare the bad boys away.
To your right. My God. 6 years, I can't believe it.
Oh, we're having a ball. Time flies. What the hell happened?
Elliot tried to have me killed. Twice.
There's no way. Saul, I talked to him. There's a mole in the agency. That's who tried to kill you.
A mole? Is that what Elliot said?
Yeah.
It's not true. It's your airplane, dummy.
When I went to the plane, I took out insurance. Charged it to CIA, transportation account.
We gotta move.
Elliot sent me to find you.
Why?
Bring you in. The only way to do that is for me to bring you in alone. The mole isn't on to me.
I don't think Elliot could find me, so he used you. He set you up.
How?
We'll know soon enough. Home. Between assignments, I'd sneak up here to build it. It took me a couple of years. Nobody knows about it.
buddy.
How do you know that?
Well, because I'm still alive. For the moment, at least. Good. Lots of smoke.
You want somebody to find us?
We'll see.
Sally, I gotta tell you something. You're not the only one in trouble. I'm accused of violating the Abelard sanction in Bangkok. They think I killed 3 men there. I got all the networks after me. If they catch us together...
Well, they can't kill us but once.
What's so funny?
Well, hit teams are after me. You've got Abelard after you. The fair-haired boys back together again, huh?
This is gonna be the worst thing that happened to Elliot since we killed all his roses.
What do you mean, we? You're the one who kept piling on all the fertilizer.
You remember his face when he found out?
Yeah, he laughed. When he thought we weren't looking, he cried. Come on, we don't have time now.
Time for what? So you think I was followed?
Sure do.
I was careful, Saul. I was very careful. Nobody knew I was looking for you.
Elliot did.
Boy, you're mule-headed. How would they follow me? There were no other planes.
What about a spotter plane? Directly above you. 40,000 feet.
Great view. I'm impressed. Let's go back.
Let's talk. First, if any of the Abelard network spotted you, you'd be dead already. The order's to kill you on sight, not follow you. Second, nobody knows about that cabin. Third, only Elliot knew you were coming after me. No mole knew. Just you and Elliot.
So?
I'm about to prove a point that I don't want to prove.
I'm waiting.
Special Forces assault team to finish any survivors.
Great, let's get the heck out of here.
After 6 years in a monastery, how do you feel about killing?
You want to discuss philosophy now?
There are 8 men down there who've taken a vow to kill us. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to die. Not till I've gotten some answers from Elliot. Can I count on you? Let's go.
It doesn't matter why you failed. I warned you, they were the very best. Keep after them. You have every facility available to you. Incredible. First, we can't find them. When we do find them, we can't stop them. And they don't even know what's going on. The president called me today.
I know.
He wants to know why there's been no action on Partigan. He has no idea what that operation was all about. It's impossible to blame the Israelis for Partigan, with Romulus still alive to deny it. Judas Maccabeus.
Elliot, what happens if someone, the president, finds out about everything?
Well, with Romulus and Remus both dead, who's going to tell them? Not me. Not you.
But are you protected if they do find out?
Oh, you mean my private files? Yes, Graham, I'm covered. And someday, if you're real good, I may let you read your file. Now, what would Romulus and Remus do next? They'd be coming after me. Okay, let's let all the dogs in on the hunt. Put this on the wire to all the networks. KGB, MI6, everyone. Subject, Abelard sanction violation, Church of the Moon, Bangkok. Violator Remus, cited by CIA in Wyoming. Remus has evaded execution, now assisted by CIA rogue agent Saul Grisman, cryptonym Romulus. CIA requests termination of both operatives on site.
What have you got? Priority message from Mossad in Jerusalem. The chief said to give it to Colonel Bernstein.
I'll take it.
Personally.
Colonel, a message for you from the code room.
Thank you. Saul, you idiot. You stupid, beautiful idiot. What the hell has he done?
Saul Grisman. Wasn't that the guy that you... We have to comply, Erica. We're Abelard sanctioned too. We have to go after him.
Pass it on to all operatives with my endorsement. If we don't go after Saul, it'll look like we supported the killings in Bangkok.
Erica, we still on for tonight?
I'm sorry, Ben. I've had my quota of Washington parties this week.
Sure. No problem. Grisman stir things up a bit.
A little.
How little? We all have orders to terminate him.
They'll never catch him. He's too good.
Once more.
Man, I hate a cold camp. Being cold is the hardest part of the monastery. We elected not to heat ourselves. Maybe that's why I like Nam. It was never cold there. You never tempted to enter a Jewish monastic order?
There is no such thing. We don't believe in retreating from the whole world.
Retreat. The monastery was as tough as doing another 6 years in special forces.
We better keep moving.
Why does Elliot want to kill you?
Don't you think I keep asking myself? He's the only father I've got, and for some reason, the bastard wants me dead. I mean, why set me up to do the Partigan hit, and then have the Mossad take me out? It just doesn't make sense. They think you broke the Abelard sanction, which put a universal contract on you. And yet when Elliot had you, he wanted me so badly he let you go so you could leave him to me.
Something big is going on. I mean, Elliot didn't just wake up one morning and decide to kill you.
Look at us. The old man's got us freezing our butts off and eating cold beans because he's outthinking us. Okay. We can't confront him. We'll go around him for answers. That's what he'd do.
What a delicious problem, Graham.
You're taking it well.
Why not? I matched life and death against the two best operatives I ever saw. Teacher against the two top students. Why, it's classic Greek tragedy, Graham. I haven't felt so alive since my first assignment. That was in '43. I jumped into occupied France to work with the resistance against the Nazis. Oh, God, I was so terrified and so alive.
May I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
Why roses? It's almost an obsession.
Almost. It is an obsession. I've worked diligently to make it one. My retreat to sanity from an insane world. You know, rose growers dream of creating a new variety, something that never existed before. Roses are very appropriate to our profession, you know. The rose has been a symbol of secrecy since Greek mythology. In the Middle Ages, they used to place a rose above the table at secret council meetings, a meeting sub rosa, beneath the rose, reminding everyone that they were sworn to secrecy. Espionage has long used the rose as its emblem. A secret brotherhood that steals secrets. Am I boring you?
No, sir. Because of Romulus and Remus, I've beefed up the security here at your home.
Oh, good. I've taken some precautions also. Would you press that buzzer, please?
Yes, Elliot.
This is Castor and Pollux. They are now responsible for my personal security.
Keep both hands on the table, darling. Now take the forks and knives and shove them away from you. Slowly. Do it, Erica.
You must be crazy. Everybody in the world is after you.
Yes. It's exciting, isn't it?
Why the hell have you come here?
Your hair. It's longer. I like it. I bet you let it grow for me because you knew it'd come back eventually.
You wish. You drop out of my life and you just show up here and
Why
expect...
is Mossad after me, Colonel?
Why? Because Chris broke the Abelard sanction and you're helping him. The CIA put a termination contract on you too. All networks. That includes us.
They were after me before that.
No way.
You're still good. You can look me in the eye and lie like a lawyer.
You ass. If Mossad was after you, don't you think I'd know? I run the whole East Coast operation. Where did you get this dumb idea?
Because they tried to take me out after I hit Partigan.
Partigan? You made the Partigan hit? But the president's blaming us for it. We can't talk here.
Where?
My place. It's close by. My date. He'll be back.
He's been detained.
Chris?
He'll take out anyone who's guarding you if they move on us.
Why would anyone be guarding me? I'm a cultural attaché. Is our culture so bad I need a bodyguard? What the hell was that for?
It was goodbye, in case someone is waiting in there. You'll die first.
Satisfied. Okay, Solly. So why do you think it was the Mossad who made the hit on you after Partigan?
Because the hand-to-hand technique was Mossad. And they used Berettas with special velocity loads and homemade silencers. Just like you showed me in Israel.
It's impossible. No Mossad agents could have gone after you without my okay.
What if some of your Mossad agents were working for Elliot as double agents?
So? Then why would Elliot send them after you?
Because Elliot is trying to kill me. I know it sounds crazy, but there's something going on that makes me expendable, and I don't know what it is. That's why I came to you.
You are as paranoid as a lab rat. Elliot has been like a father to you. Did Chris buy this? Ugh, Chris, what am I saying? He's so crazy he broke the Abelard sanction.
No, he didn't. Elliot used him to locate me, and then he sent a special forces assault team to kill us both. Erica, believe me, it's true.
Saul?
I missed you.
Yeah, by 1/4 inch. The bullet singed my hair.
Would you have preferred I let him kill you? Let's go.
I got the guy in the stairwell. It's probably clear. Okay.
You'll have to ditch this car. It's registered to the embassy. The police will be looking for it. This is my backup. Pay cash, not registered to the embassy.
Well, that's a good idea, seeing as we were just hit by the Mossad.
Mossad? Why were they Mossad, Saul?
Two-man hit teams using Mossad tactics and Uzis, Erica.
So? Your own Secret Service uses Uzis to protect the president. If it was a Mossad hit, I'd know.
Maybe they're not telling you everything, Colonel.
Have I mentioned that you're paranoid?
Paranoia's kept me alive. You could use some to open your starry little eyes.
Why don't you open your own starry little eyes? You two have every network on Earth after you, including your own. We get hit and all you can think of is Mossad? Stick to being an operative, Saul. Your gift is not intelligence analysis.
Just sounds like you two are still in love.
Okay, Colonel. Now what?
I have a place we can work out of. It belongs to a friend of mine. Nobody at the embassy knows about him.
Who is his friend?
He's 75. He's a Dachau survivor. I served in Israel with his son. We're very close. And you aren't there anymore, Solly?
How do you know this car hasn't been tampered with?
Because it didn't blow up like that one.
Her going back to the Israeli woman was inevitable, given Saul's past association with her and the apparent Mossad attempts on his life. We anticipated that, and still we failed. God knows choosing Saul was a difficult enough decision.
Frankly, I never understood why you selected Saul.
Expediency. He was over the hill. He was expendable. I set him up for the Partigan hit by making sure that his past two assignments went badly. The Partigan Foundation had to be stopped, and the president had to think it was the Israelis. A rogue agent was the perfect solution. He completes the operation, then he dies. What I didn't count on was Saul's ability to escape. Have I made him better than I thought? Alert all networks, except the Israelis, that Romulus and Remus, violators of the Abelard sanction, have been joined by a female Mossad operative. Request total surveillance and termination of subjects upon sight. Good heavens, if we don't get to Romulus, everything falls apart.
It was not Mossad at my apartment.
Why not?
Because even if they were operating without my knowledge and going after you, they would have gotten me out safely first. Even the head of Mossad would not sacrifice one of our own to serve as a foreign power. Nobody is that good a friend to us.
But that fighting technique is taught by Mossad, and we are the only ones from outside to receive that training.
And how do you know that? You mean Elliot might kill you, but he would never lie to you? Don't you see? The men you've described as Mossad operatives also fit the same description as you. few kisses and the years just roll away. You think I'm that easy, Solly?
That is a wicked smile. What are you thinking?
Just wondering.
Wondering what?
What is going to be left for us to do on our honeymoon?
I don't know. But if life gets any better, it'll probably kill me.
Oh, you'd survive. And in about 20 years, you'll probably be bored with me.
I doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes. Erica? Baru, Anibadar. I've got to report in.
What, you have a drill now?
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh, no. Don't keep me waiting too long, huh? You know, my love may not last. You know, my love may not last. You know, my love may not last.
The October War, poetic title. The Israeli tactical execution was superb. Did their little war interrupt your romance?
It's not a fling, Elliot. I want to marry her.
Impossible.
Why impossible? A lot of agents are married.
Not on your level. For people like us, relationships are always shadowed by the possibility of betrayal.
Are you saying there are no operatives on my level who are married?
I'm saying there are no operatives on your level, period. Except Chris, you two are unique. A wife would be a constant target for coercion to force you into an act of betrayal. Women are wonderful, charming companions, and the best sexual release ever devised. But for us, nothing more. Saul, you're like a samurai sword. You've been hammered and honed for years to cut through bone and steel. You don't use it to slice bread. You don't use it to slice bread. You don't use it to slice bread.
What are you thinking?
Lots of things.
Such as?
Such as bone and steel.
Bone and steel.
Elliot never wanted you to matter in my life. He said you would compromise me. He was probably right.
Shalom, Israeli Embassy.
Cobrits.
Yes.
Blue Star.
Sarah. Scrambler's activated.
I have reason to believe Romulus and Remus are being set up by Elliot. Somehow he's trying to implicate us in the Partigan business. Give me a few days slack.
Courier delivery?
Use Route 11. Okay. Ready for Mama's shopping list?
Oh, they know we're watching, and we know they know, and they know we know they know, and...
Do you mind? So, if we spot them, we terminate, no matter where they are.
Well, I would avoid doing it near a policeman. Very nasty prisons here. That one's ours. It's 18 people so far carrying something.
He's too well dressed to be a courier, so he must be the courier.
Il vient d'acheter 3 douzaines grammes de pronoms. Il n'est posé de contact.
Passports, IDs, driver's licenses, credit cards. $50,000.
What's that?
Computer printout. Elliot said you were the only ones he sent to Israel. They had the Mossad computers run a little check. It's a list of all operatives Elliot sent for special Mossad training. 18 men.
18?
I don't believe it.
Look, all these others went to Israel after us.
And they were sent in pairs like us.
2 lieutenants, 2 sergeants, 2 petty officers.
Each pair is from the same hometown.
Maybe there's a common denominator connecting the towns. Philadelphia, Akron, Omaha, Shade Gap. Ring any bells?
Chris, look at this. Philadelphia Franklin School for Boys. Omaha Boys School. Akron Union City Boys Academy. Shade Gap Institute.
Military schools?
Orphanages. These guys are all orphans. Like us.
Elliot would find pairs of kids in institutions, encourage them to bond as blood brothers, and then he'd play the surrogate father to all of them.
We were just part of some damn program. Elliot deceived us from day one. He used us.
When did you first meet him?
We saw him talking to Colonel Nesbitt. They seemed to be good friends. I guess he'd been watching us for days, probably looking for 2 kids that already formed a bond.
He began to visit us once a week, and he'd give us these damn baby Ruth bars.
He was the only one who ever showed us any kindness. You can't imagine what it was like to have someone like him as your father when the others had nobody.
We were apprenticed to 2 martial arts masters, Sensei Ishii and Sensei Kim.
We were taught martial arts and discipline, and the Bushido code of the samurai, the vow the warrior takes to obey his shogun for life. 5 times daily we were to repeat the phrase, "A samurai without a shogun is a wanderer.
Elliot is our shogun." We studied under them 4 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Weren't you allowed to do what other boys do? What about girls?
No girls. Recreation was movies at the school.
Even when Elliot took us to the movies, it was war, spy movies. But no girls. In our training, girls are only for sexual release.
Oh, wonderful. How did you get into the CIA?
It was after we finished case officer training at Langley, we joined Elliot's Special Operations Unit.
We were kept away from the mainstream operatives. I think we can assume that's also what happened with these other guys.
Elliot's own little army. Does the CIA know what he's doing?
Probably only what he wants them to know.
Nobody's that powerful.
Erica, Elliot has been in the CIA longer than anyone else.
He has people and entire systems that report only to him. Even the director leaves him pretty much alone.
I don't care how powerful Elliot is. Somebody else has to know what he's doing. He can't shut down information to everyone.
Elliot once said, to really find out about a man, talk to his enemies. Chris, who hates Elliot more than anybody you know? Hello, Hardy.
Stop! What the hell are you trying to do?
All clear.
Look, guys. I gotta have a drink.
It's vermouth.
Sweet and dry mixed. That won't help. It's enough to take the edge off and still keep you sober. We need you sober, Hardy. Where'd you guys learn this torture? Cambodia?
Sorry to play rough. Elliot's been ahead of us all the way.
Elliot? Think I'd help Elliot? For 28 years, the bastard got me fired. I defected to Bet first. Well, why is Elliot after you guys? That's what we're trying to find out.
We want Elliot. To get him, we need whatever you got on him.
What then? He's terminated with extreme prejudice. I'll drink to that.
Boat coming. Clear.
So from day one, Elliot and I were rivals. Elliot eventually became head of counterintelligence. I was section head of positive intelligence. I was a Boston Irish slum kid competing against Elliot, the silver spoon orphan from Virginia.
Elliot is an orphan?
You didn't know? I thought that's why he took a shine to you two. Elliot's parents died when he was 5 years old. He was left plenty of money, and he was raised by a wealthy friend of his father's, Tex Otten, one of the founders of the Abelard Sanction. He was OSS and CIA, and he brought Elliot in. It's a real family affair. So from day one, we were in competition, and I gave him one hell of a fight. I was beginning to discover some bad things about him. That's why he got me dumped.
What do you mean you discovered bad things about him?
Found out how he always gave himself an edge.
How?
He kept the best dirty files on anybody who could be a threat or of use to him. Presidents, cabinet members, heads of the agency. He had them all. Sex, drugs, tax evasion. When Elliot needed anything, or he felt threatened, he simply showed them their file. Problem solved.
Why were you investigating him?
Since the 50s, whenever anything went wrong with an operation, Elliot always yelled that there was a mole in the agency, especially on big screw-ups like the Bay of Pigs. He had everybody so busy looking for the mole that we never got any work done. It was a damn good way to paralyze operations, which is exactly what a real mole would do.
You think Elliot is a mole?
Well, he ain't kosher. Try and follow this. Tex Otten brought his stepson, Elliot, into the CIA. Lord Landish brought his son into MI6. Both fathers were founders of the Abelard Sanction. Sir Percival Landish, Elliot's British counterpart at MI6, is known to have very good liaison with the Soviets. So, Elliot could be the mole, Landish the courier.
You have any proof?
If I did, I'd be dead. But whatever Elliot's got going, it's somehow tied to Landish at MI6. You wanted dirt on Elliot. What I just told you was enough to get me fired.
Sir Percival Landish.
Excuse me, do you know where we can get some decent roast beef in London?
Beef's good, Locks is lousy.
He's ours.
Welcome to London, Colonel. We've got the special equipment you ordered, also a very isolated location.
Let's go.
We're We're being followed.
We better be. That's my security team. Good hunting.
Hey, watch it! Come on, watch it, watch it, watch it!
Hello, Hardy. I didn't realize your diet included solids. You recently had 2 visitors. Where did they go?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Only one guard at the gate. You're not gonna believe this. Sir Percival Landish is puttering with those damn roses just like Elliot.
What about inside?
He's talking to somebody. Could be a bodyguard. He's leaving. Headed towards the house.
Shouldn't there be more guards?
Maybe Elliot's ahead of us. Warren Landish. Could be a setup.
This is England. They probably wouldn't have more than one guard on him at night. He's only a deputy director.
Now, how would I know to come to you? Because Saul and Chris were both taught to think like their enemy. Naturally, they would contact their enemy's enemy to try to get information. All I had to do was to run down my list of enemies to decide whom to contact.
That must have taken you forever.
You were near the bottom of the list. Almost an afterthought.
I'm crushed. Now say again who was supposed to have visited me?
Saul and Chris.
Oh. What's news with Saul and Chris?
Good response, Hardy. Always answer a question with a question. Chris violated the Abelard sanction.
Yeah? So naturally the first thing they do is go get a lush to help them. Smart. I'd be a lot of help against the Russians.
Sloppy, Hardy. Very sloppy. Never give information to an interrogator, no matter how irrelevant. You mentioned the Russians. You couldn't have known that the Russians claimed the Abelard violation unless Saul or Chris told you.
So I'm out of practice. You want to torture me. But don't you lecture me. That's too cruel.
I want to know what you told them and where they've gone.
Okay. You don't need the chemicals. Let's talk.
We have to use them anyway, Hardy. You know the drill.
Oh, hell. What does it matter? Look. Saul and Chris came to see me. We talked. I told them things about you. I know where they are. Can we make a deal?
No. But after we talk, I promise to make your death as pleasant as possible. Alcohol poisoning.
What a guy.
Good evening, Mr. Landish.
I believe you have the advantage of me.
Good. It's about time I have advantage over somebody. If you call your bodyguard in, he's dead.
What do you want?
Answers. And we're only going to ask once.
We?
We is me and my ghost friend over here. I'm the nice guy. There's no telling what he'll do.
Put that down.
That's the dwarf yellow princess, isn't it? It's very rare.
What'd I tell you?
Imbecile! Clothes took 5 years to create.
Oh, yum. Oh, what an exquisite teardrop. Oh, and look at this luscious Aphrodite.
Kid knows his roses, huh? He had a great teacher.
Please, the teardrop. What do you want to know?
Elliot.
Elliot? What about him?
He's a mole. You're his courier.
That's absurd. My God. My God, stop.
Elliot.
I delivered messages, yes, several years ago, between Elliot and the KGB, but that doesn't make Elliot a mole.
What was in the messages?
I never read them. Elliot said later that one message contained information about a KGB spy in the CIA. Oh, good Lord, man, you could ask the KGB courier himself. He's in Paris.
What's his name? What's he do? Stop wasting my time.
He's Victor Kochubey, the concert violinist.
Didn't he defect from Russia a few years ago?
The Kochubey defection was a sham. He's been KGB from the start. The free world bought the story, and Kochubey has a brilliant cover.
Not enough. Go on.
Kochubey passed the messages to me for Elliot. You could go to Paris and persuade him to tell you.
Okay. You're coming with us.
What?
Going over the wall.
With my arthritis, my brittle bones would break like matchsticks. I'm afraid my poor physical condition has created an impasse.
Really? Elliot says an impasse is merely a pause between ideas. He's full of sayings like that. We'll just have to get creative. I win. 2 out of 3. You stay with Landish, I go to Paris with Erica.
Let's make it 4 out of 7.
Oh, no way. We agreed. Loser babysits Landish. It's the tougher job. You might die of boredom. Look, Erica and I should be in Paris by noon. Our Mossad contact should have located Kochubey. With any luck, we'll get him tonight. We'll find out what he knows and how that leads to Elliot.
What happens after Elliot?
I don't know. But I'm glad you're thinking about a future.
Saul, I couldn't live with my conscience anymore and still serve Elliot. I'm sorry if I failed you.
You never failed me. And as for Elliot, he may have manipulated most of our lives, but he could never come between us.
Well, maybe after Elliot, the other ghosts will be gone too. That is, if you don't mess up in Paris.
I don't intend to. The food's great, and the women even better. Her friends are very helpful. Party's tonight.
Well, call me afterwards. And be careful.
Don't be such a nudge.
be terminated. Make certain he's killed. Terminated.
Terminate subject. Repeat. Terminate subject.
Roger.
Tell technical section, well done. I had absolutely no confidence their home interface would work.
He's mine!
You're absolutely certain he's dead?
I personally viewed the body. We're claiming the kill is an Avalon-sanctioned termination. Your barbarian destroyed my yellow princess and a priceless teardrop. Blushing Aphrodite was the only one of its kind. Years of work, he'd have destroyed them all.
The body?
Flown out to sea, weighted and dropped. Elliot, you must inform the KGB that Romulus and the Israeli woman are going after Kochubey in Paris.
Yes? Yes, I'll do that.
You sound strange, Elliot.
It's nothing. I'll inform you when I hear. So it's finally done. After all these years, I didn't think it would affect me like this.
Do you still want Romulus dead?
Yes. No matter how I personally feel, Romulus must be killed or everything is ruined. It's ironic. Saul and Chris, they were the first. And they've survived all the others, except Castor and Pollux. There's a Chinese saying, the greatest curse of the gods is to survive your own children.
Smile as if you've just accepted an invitation from me. Then come with me around the corner and get in the car.
Get out.
I trust you've had a good sleep, Romulus. It's 6 a.m. The drug leaves a licorice aftertaste and a remarkable headache.
Coffee helps. If you don't usually drink coffee, you'll find that now is the perfect time to start. Allow me to introduce myself.
That's not necessary. You're Colonel Boris Orlik, Paris Section Chief KGB. Probably the best intelligence theoretician in Europe. Anyone who doesn't know who you are, Colonel, would be sent back to the mailroom.
I'm flattered.
False modesty. Erica?
Down the hall, and recovering faster than you. Women normally do with this drug. It's something to do with estrogen.
You were in a private sanatorium about 2 hours outside Paris.
It's run by the KGB and is completely legit, as you say. It's something of an embarrassment to us since it annually returns a substantial profit of capitalistic proportion.
Okay, Colonel. You've removed my shackles, offered me sustenance, and indicated my location. Not the usual routine for a KGB interrogation, is it?
I'm afraid drugs have radically changed the art, Romulus. Besides, this isn't an interrogation.
What is it?
Well, that depends. Shall we discuss it like two professionals? After all, I could have easily killed you at any time. Croissant? Care to guess how we knew you were after Kochubey?
Ouija board.
Elliot. He called me.
Naturally. Elliot is a mole.
Elliot a mole? Don't we wish? Elliot is one of the few geniuses that intelligence has produced, if you'll pardon the pun. Witness the program that developed you and Remus.
You know about the orphans?
My dear fellow, the system is so brilliant it's been adopted by others. It's been named after him. The Elliot Paternal Matrix.
What others?
I thought you'd figured it all out, and that's why you kidnapped Landish.
No. We're trying to get Elliot before he kills us. Landish is the key.
Let's take a walk.
Добрый день.
Добрый день. Listen carefully. I want Elliot dead as badly as you do.
But you said the KGB wanted him alive.
The KGB doesn't understand what's going on any more than the CIA. I know that there is a conspiracy within Abelard. It's taken me years to put it together. The conspiracy involves 5 members of the Abelard Sanction, led by Elliot of CIA, Landish of MI6, my own superior, Anton Kovchuk, who was Elliot's counterpart at KGB. The others are Beck of West Germany and de Gilles of France.
What is this conspiracy?
Those men have all shifted their allegiances to Abelard first and their country second.
Why?
Power and control. After World War II, the conspirators took it upon themselves to maintain the balance of power. Each would watchdog his own government. They would trade information and even sabotage their own government's operations, if necessary. And they did. Examples, your own U-2 incident, the Bay of Pigs, Great Britain's Suez Crisis, our invasion of Hungary, and the Berlin Wall. The US was tipped off to both of our operations days ahead of time. Those were the big ones. There were hundreds of others.
How can just 5 conspirators do all this?
With a small group of special operatives who can be pulled off their routine assignments and do whatever they are told. They answer only to their boss and ask no questions.
The orphans.
Trained in the Elliot matrix since childhood to obey their fathers without question.
God. Like destroying the Partigan Foundation.
Yes. The Partigan plan would have upset the Middle East balance of power. So Elliot destroyed Partigan.
But why kill me afterwards? I was still loyal to Elliot.
You could have revealed that Elliot gave the order which could expose the conspiracy. With you dead, Israel could be blamed. You were expendable. All the orphans are. You have to be for the system to work.
What do you want?
I want the conspirators dead and the conspiracy destroyed.
Why?
Simple. These men are betraying their own countries in order to play God.
So you want me to kill them, All 5. And in the process protect you, right?
Exactly. You are already a marked man, and I mustn't be blamed. Remember, my immediate superior is one of the conspirators.
No. My fight is with Elliot, period.
You're wrong. Landish told Elliot you were coming to Paris after Kochubey. Chris is dead. Landish had him shot.
You're lying. You don't even know where he is.
In England, near a lighthouse in Cornwall.
That's impossible. No.
One of Landish's special assault teams. Orphans, molded in the Elliot matrix.
No.
I have a man in MI6 near Landish.
No.
Landish insisted on seeing Chris's body. It was nearly cut in half by an Uzi at close range.
No. 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 That bastard stole our lives. For Chris, I'll kill him. God, I'll kill him. I've cried since I was 5.
That makes these tears very precious.
Our agreement was 15 minutes. Your decision?
You have a deal.
You will kill all 5. Landish first, Elliot last. As I locate the others, I'll feed the information to you. You're about to make a most spectacular escape. One of my most trusted men will be guarding the south entrance, end of the hall. He will be deliberately lax. Don't kill him.
What about Erica?
Obviously, if she stays, is my insurance. One of you escaping would be phenomenal. Both would be miraculous. The Kremlin does not believe in miracles.
How do I know I can trust you?
When all 5 conspirators are dead, she goes free. You have my word as one professional to another. The road in front leads to Paris. There's a blue Citroën parked 10 kilometers south. Don't kill any of my men.
Saul.
That's all they said? Call if you hear anything more. That was a personal message to you, sent from Kovshuk in Moscow. Apparently he's in a rage.
Go on.
Romulus escaped.
Saul escaped? How many did he kill?
None.
Is the woman dead?
No, they're questioning her to find out where he's gone.
A killing machine like Saul escapes and nobody's dead? No. That's wrong. That's all wrong.
Apparently they wanted to question him first.
They're lying. Someone let him go.
But why?
To get me, obviously. Like Saul, somebody in the KGB found out what it's all about. Why can't that blockhead Kovshuk see it?
But maybe the KGB has simply turned Saul.
Impossible. Not one of the orphans has ever turned. The only deal they can offer him is freedom to get me. When you know Saul, that's simple. The woman is probably a hostage. By now, Saul has found out that Landish killed Chris. He'll come after Landish and me. Question is, which one first? Landish, to make me sweat. We'll lay a trap through Landish while we prepare the defensive ground if he comes after me. Get me Landish. We'll see how Romulus does against MI6.
Fish and chips?
Why the bloody hell did we have to meet face to face?
Bloody hell. Where did you learn English? British war movies?
Cambridge. Well, get on with it. I catch the hovercraft back to France in an hour.
I have to talk about this face-to-face because I can't trust your damn telephones. How's Erica?
Fine. I shall see her at the sanatorium tonight. Well, what do you want?
The order of kills won't work. You want me to go after Landish, then Beck, Dajil, Kovshuk, and finally Elliot. I want Elliot immediately after I get Landish.
Why?
The odds. If something happens to me going down that order, Elliot would go free.
And if you get Elliot, you'll forget about the others.
I can't because you still hold Erica. And this deal is pointless if I don't get Elliot.
No. You kill Landish, then the others. And Elliot comes last.
Listen to
last.
me. Listen to me very carefully. I'm getting Elliot immediately after Landish, no matter how long it takes me to find him. If in the meantime any harm comes to Erica, I'll come after you. And before God, I'll get you. I'm very comfortable in Russia. Now, this is your choice. Give me Elliot's location, and trust me, or deal with me as an enemy.
You're completely mad. And you think like a Russian.
Only when I'm up against one.
The Abelard's secret retirement retreat in New Zealand recently welcomed a very distinguished American guest.
Thank you. By the way, I'm taking Landish today.
Today? You couldn't possibly be ready.
It's Graham in Washington.
Find out what he wants.
He can't be disturbed. Any message? Landish is dead.
How?
Explosion in his greenhouse.
Remarkable. Landish and his roses. By heaven, that Romulus has style. We're ready.
No questions. There isn't time. Kovchuk has arrived from Moscow. There's a grey sedan outside the front door. If you get to Romulus, tell him we're even.
Go prepare the girl for execution.
Comrade Kovchuk, I had no idea you were coming.
You let the American go. We both know why.
Where did you hear such a...
Denial adds further insult. Obviously you planned for Romulus to kill me, and Elliot, and so on. I want to know where the American has gone.
But I don't know what...
Pollux, please give me a status reading from the snipers, will you?
Status report?
Just waiting for someone to kill, Chief.
Number 2 negative.
Number 3 negative. Number 4 negative.
You know, Elliot, it is possible Romulus doesn't know where you are. It's been 6 weeks.
He knows.
Excuse me, Elliot. I must speak with you.
Yes, Felix.
If your target gets inside the fence, he has sanctuary. Should your snipers shoot him then, they would be in sanctuary violation. And you will be immediately terminated by an Abelard security team. House rules.
I understand. And thank you for your concern. Oh, and by the way, my compliments to the chef. The veal last night was superb.
Jacques. He used to teach at the Cordon Bleu, Paris.
Caution the men. Romulus must not get to the fence.
He won't. These guys are the best. All units, talk to me. Don't lose your edge now. Romulus is very good.
Number 3. Calling my shot, left eye. $500.
You're on. This is number 4, and I'm blood hungry.
Oh!
Target's on the road.
Romulus. Sanctuary.
This is not your usual Abelard safe house. This is the Abelard retreat. It's expensive.
Gold certificates. About $200,000.
That'll buy 6 months.
I won't be here that long.
That brings us to the most important rule, the sanction. I know you're here to get Elliot, or he you. If either of you violate the sanction by killing inside this retreat, you will be instantly terminated.
We are 100 acres encircled by state-of-the-art security. There's horseback riding, fishing, swimming, skiing, anything that you want, all safe within our retreat. Security patrols constantly, and they're hand-picked from all of the intelligence services.
I'm impressed.
You will be if you cross them. The clientele is composed of refugees from intelligence operations everywhere. There is more behind-the-scenes history here than any other spot in the world. Look. See the guy with the beard over there? He's Egyptian. Big shot in Sadat's counterintelligence. Fled here when Sadat was assassinated. His chess opponent was an Israeli hitman against the PLO. There are no politics here. Whatever they want, they can get. Drugs, sex, food. There are no secrets here.
Why don't we just nail him?
You kill him here, you violate the sanctions. They'll hunt you down and they'll terminate me for giving the orders. My plan was to lure him here and to kill him before he got inside. Now we're both stalemated.
May I suggest the table in the corner?
That one's fine. Something I said?
What you did last night was very naughty. Fishing is the only love a man can count on. Remember? I taught you and Chris everything I know about it.
Yeah, I remember.
So, you got inside. Congratulations. Now we just stare each other to death?
Chris and I wanted to find you and hear why you betrayed us. He can't do that now.
You can't begin to understand the agony of that kind of decision. Sacrificing someone you love to a greater cause.
Tell me something. What cause is so great it justifies taking 18 orphaned kids and turning them into some kind of killer robots?
So you found out?
Oh, yeah. After all, I had a fanatic for a teacher.
Oh, you weren't the first. I was. Tex Orton was my surrogate father.
Yeah, I know all about that, too. Let's just skip to this grand idea we've all been sacrificed for, the Abelard conspiracy.
Conspiracy? Ridiculous. It's an attempt to prevent the incompetent politicians from destroying us all. Saul, have you any idea how stupid, petty, dangerous politicians can be?
I don't want your political theories, Elliot. Just give me the reasons.
This is cold reality, Solly. The reality of idiotic decisions by politicians that cost thousands of lives and billions of dollars.
Are you telling me we were all sacrificed because you don't trust the duly elected?
Yes. I've seen the superpowers undermine foreign governments in the name of national security. The real reason is a clash between big business and socialism. Very simply, this conspiracy, as you call it, holds the politicians in check so that no country has too big an edge or is too successful. I know I've done right, Saul.
When you had me blow up Hartigan, you had me kill 5 businessmen. Those weren't soldiers, they weren't assassins. 5 ordinary businessmen, for God's sake. All this Partigan mess because you thought you could maintain the status quo in the Middle East? Then why did you set up the Partigan hit to be blamed on Israel?
If it had blown over as the work of a fanatic, Israel would have been exonerated. You know how short the public memory is?
So I was the fall guy either way.
No. A soldier, sacrificed to a greater cause.
Who the hell do you think you are, Elliot? God? With your army of killer robots? When I think of what we've done to earn your respect and your love, and all the while you were betraying us, who gave you the right to run the world? Damn you to hell!
Lower the gun! Now!
I will not tolerate violation of the Abelard sanction. Each of you will be under guard until there is a decision. Any violation, kill him.
Got a visitor.
What is this? Another setup?
Don't worry. They kill you, I kill them. You kill them, I kill you.
Your life is so simple.
Saul.
4 hours.
How did you get out?
Orla gave me his automatic and a way to escape. He said you in here even. I'm sure they've killed him. Are you all right?
Yes. I'm glad you're safe.
What's happened?
I can't get to Elliot in here. And now they're probably gonna kick us out. Once outside, then he's mine.
You're obsessed with killing Elliot, aren't you? For God's sake, leave.
No, not till it's over.
Sweetheart, listen to me. You and I have been cheated. We've been robbed of so much. Solly, please. Let's go. Leave it. Let's have a life, just you and me, a normal life.
No,
Oh, Solly, do you realize you'll be killing your father?
but he's not my father. Chris was the only family I ever had.
My God, you're letting him win.
The primary function of this retreat is to protect the clientele. Your presence here has jeopardized that protection. Therefore, your money will be refunded and you both shall leave. Elliot, because of your service over the years to this profession, you'll leave first. You'll have a day's head start. That'll give you plenty of time to go far and hide deep. You leave in the morning. Romulus will remain 24 hours under guard. If you try to leave before then, you'll be shot. Good luck, gentlemen. That's a long time. 24 hours. He could be on the far side of the moon by the time you get out of here.
You wouldn't be trying to goad me into doing something stupid, would you?
Oh, I'd love to trash you for all the trouble you've caused. For the next 24 hours, I am personally going to watch you every second. Just hoping. All units, Romulus is trying to escape. Terminate on sight.
Motor pool negative.
Chopper pad negative. We're starting a sweep.
By the time the pursuing guards reached the fence, Romulus was out of accurate range. As he was beyond the official border of the retreat, pursuit was not continued. End of report. Code Alpha, all units, Romulus has the chopper.
Where's Elliot?
Motel.
Where?
Up the road. Couple miles.
Where's Pollux?
With him.
Out!
The minute I heard the chopper, I knew you'd won. Pollux?
Shot twice. Dead center. Dead center. Never saw a shot like it.
Well, you two are the only ones left. All the rest, dead. May we go inside? I have something to say to you. Now, the critique. When we left this morning, I knew that you'd have to follow us immediately, or you'd never find us. That meant either stealing a car or taking the chopper. Breaking out of the compound with a car is bad odds, so you took the chopper. Pollux and Castor dropped me off here, then they cruised around so that you'd spot them. But you won. In conditioning you and Chris, I was also conditioning myself. Absurd of me not to know that until Chris died. Ultimately, the conditioning failed you both. The system was based on a child's need for parental love. In the end, it was defeated by love. And Chris, love for God, you, and love for a woman, and in me and my love for my work. It's almost enough to make you believe in something. I apologize for tricking you, Romulus, but we had to get you inside to finish you. There's too much traffic out there. When he told me that Pollux was hit dead center, he was telling me that he was still alive. Pollux always wears his Kevlar vest when he's working. You should have made sure he was dead with a safety shot to the head. Sloppy, Romulus. You really are over the hill. I don't want to kill you, but I can't trust you. You might change your mind and come after me, and I still have my work to do. If it's any consolation, Sally, I love you.
Chris was cut in half by an Uzi.
And I want security tripled around my house. That maniac will be coming after me. He'll kill me if he gets a chance. We walked away once. I know he'll come back.
Killing you is easy. But it doesn't make things even, Elliot. You took my brother from me. You corrupted everything I've done in my life and made everything I believe in worthless. And only God knows how many lives you've destroyed and manipulated with your dirty, secret files. To lose them, that would be to lose everything, right? Well, it finally occurred to me where an obsessive maniac like you would hide those files. Sub Rosa. Under the roses, right? For the orphans, Elliot. For the orphans. Goodbye, Father.
In Washington today, John C. Elliott, Senior Deputy Director of the CIA, resigned after 46 years of service. Elliott, a legend in the intelligence community, cited ill health as a reason for his sudden retirement.
Flight 018 nonstop to Tel Aviv is in the final boarding stage. All passengers should be on board.
Yes, this way. Champagne or orange juice?
Oh, no, thank you.
Hello.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't take those with you.
Why not?
Agricultural restrictions.
I never had much luck with roses.